Miles, since he became a starter, has obviously had his ups and downs, and maybe this game wasn't the greatest test, but still a big game for him. What have you seen from him, since he became a starter and what he's gone through? Where do you think he is now?
He's a rookie, a 20-year-old kid that has a lot of talent, is going to be a star for us for many, many years to come. And, he's been a little bit up and down. Tonight was a strange game. He played 21 minutes or so with 5 guards out there. So, our offense was basically Miles run to the charge circle and we'll throw you the ball. And he produced. A lot of times, guys don't produce in that situation. So, I don't know. Miles he's a great young man, and he had a heck of a game tonight.
How do you approach these last 2 games now? Do you rest people, or do you try to get that 7th
seeding is still to be determined. So our intent is to play.
When you're a lower seeded team in the playoff, and a lot of the expectations and everything is in the other locker room, how valuable and how powerful of a weapon can that be?
Well, honestly, we just got to focus on what we do. This is what the last 2 games are going to be about. That's what tonight was about when we got up by 20 and got up by 30. That, we just wanted to continue to build our habits and get better. We haven't accomplished anything this year yet. We've made the playoffs, but we've lacked consistency, and we've got new guys still settling into a new rotation that we've just adjusted a few games ago. So. Right now, we're just focusing on, improving what we do.
Coach, what do you credit as the main factor in tonight's win?
Well, I think our guys were very motivated after the Toronto game. We played a team that had some guys out and played poorly. We all knew we played poorly, and our guys came out with, honestly, it started yesterday. We came out with great energy in practice, and the first unit and the second unit came out and played with great energy tonight. I remember at one point writing on the board, we got 10 guys playing extremely hard. We had guys asking to come out because they were playing so hard. So, that was a good sign.
Thank you. Does this feel like a bit of a sigh of relief to make the playoffs after all that's happened this season?
Not really. We expected to make the playoffs. If anything, I feel like it's a little bit overdue. I feel like we should have clinched a playoff berth, before today. And the fact that it took this long to get there is, it's part of an NBA season when you have everything going on that we had this year. But we're happy to be in.
So where was, maybe even after Friday or a couple weeks ago, where was the true frustration level in that it had not happened yet?
I would say the frustration level, I don't know. It's tough to say. All year we felt like we have a team that, could do some real damage in the playoffs, So, it's just a matter of getting the job done and getting there.
Yeah, Frank, well, you talked about the inconsistency and stuff. Well, why do you think this team could make some noise in the playoffs? What do you see?
Well, we have the talent, we have the ability. We've adjusted styles of play a couple different times, and we've changed our rotation a bunch this year. But what I think we're doing right now, even though we played poorly against Toronto, the rotation we have right now, I think, is one that it can win for us in the playoffs. We've got a lot of firepower. We've got a defensive mindset. We've got versatility, even better than we've had in the past, and from a standpoint of mobility at the 5, and what Solomon Hill's bringing to us at the 4 in terms of playing against smaller lineups, and we're getting healthy, and that's a big factor too.
Is it terribly important in your mind to get that 7th seed and maybe get Toronto as opposed to dealing with Cleveland?
We're not worried about any of that other than playing well the final 2 games. When the seedings are done, we'll play whoever the NBA says we should play. But right now we're just worried about us.
Frank, this has been kind of a weird team a weird year. You have us, I don't know if this is the right word, but you kind of curious or maybe intrigued to see how this team reacts once the playoff environment is upon it?
I'm very intrigued by that. I've said all along I felt like we could do some real damage this year, and we're going to find that out very soon.